This damn book has been so freaking confusing. Why did you release this thing, Scott? You think the Little Nas X shoes have the devil in them? Why don't you check out the FNAF Survival Logbook, bro? Greetings, gamers, and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Connor Monroe, and this is the Top 10 Security Logbook Mysteries. This video broke my brain because I tried coming up with an explanation for the inexplicable. So, let's just do this so I can go to sleep. In at 10 tally marks. The security logbook has had a load of little things that we don't quite understand, one of which is the various tally marks we can find throughout the book. 5 on page 9, 10 on page 19, 14 on page 31, 5 on page 36, and another 5 on page 100. Nobody has really been able to determine what these are meant to mean. The word search doesn't have 100 spaces, alphanumeric ciphers only yield a group of letters, not a word, and nowhere else in the logbook is there something that relates to them. They're a seemingly totally arbitrary thing that has no impact on the story. But they have to mean something, right? They aren't just there for no reason. There has to be some sort of answer or code. But nobody has been able to find anything concrete yet as far as I could tell. If this isn't the case, please let me know in the comments, because I can't find that. No, okay? There is just no explanation. The only thing I can think of is that maybe it represents the amount of victims William took, since they seem to appear with the appearance of a character from a new game. The first 5 are when we're talking about a new animatronic. The next 10 are at the first appearance of Balloon Boy. Others appear around the puppet next. Or maybe they're just the amount of new victims. In at 9, what do you remember? There seems to be something else going on in this book as well. Some people seem to think that there's a spirit possessing it and it's trying to reveal Golden Freddy's name. But it's also talking to us about what we remember. So what could we have forgotten? What is this thing that the book wants us to remember from our past? Well, I think I could have an answer to that in all honesty. Check out the top 10 reasons FNAF Crying Child is Michael Afton for that info. But nevertheless, it's still a confusing line. It asks us multiple more things like was our favorite ride the carousel, and was our favorite toy a purple plastic telephone, but why does it want us to remember these things? What does whatever it is want from us? Is it a spirit, or is it just us hallucinating? In at 8, Withered Chica. The very last page of the logbook, what would have been page 112, has a faded picture of some form of Withered Chica on it. It seems not as run down, since there is still an arm cage for the upper arm and the left arm still has a forearm, but there is no explanation as to why this is there, and why it's the last thing we see. Aside from coupons and the cover, we only see Chica 7 times in the whole book, whereas someone like Foxy or Freddy we see many more times. So why does this image have to be the capstone of the book? Why is it so important that this is the last thing we see? As per usual with this series, it's unclear. I put the image into Photoshop to see if there was anything I could find that was going to help, like hidden messages, maybe some sort of review like Scott had hidden within other game trailers and stuff. But no, I just got a slightly clearer picture of the Withered Chica. Didn't really help. And it's 7 inconsistencies. This book blew some things we thought we knew up, and confirmed some other things. But what the book is really good at doing is blowing up the things we thought we knew, but then blowing up the things we thought we knew again because of the book. For example, the identity of Michael Afton. Thanks to the book we thought it was the Crying Child, but then thanks to the book again we thought it was the older brother because he chews a lot of gum. I still think that it's both, therefore it's not an inconsistency to me, but for everyone who doesn't believe me, it's confusing. Plus, there's a matter of changing text. Why are some phrases switched with others for some random reason? Are they hallucinations, or is it a spirit? How are we supposed to know? We don't! And that's the issue! And at 6, what are we missing? The logbook that I'm probably going to end up calling the lore book at some point accidentally in this video has a load of things hidden in so many places. But that to me makes me think that there has to be something that we've missed. With the amount of bullshit we've been seeing with this book, there has to be something we've glossed over or ignored for the sake of the bigger picture that totally fixes our understanding of this book. I've looked at this thing upside down, backwards, sideways, and nothing caught my eye. I went over every inch of this thing with a black light. I literally purchased a FNAF book for the sole purpose of trying to figure out what was going on with it. And nothing. To be fair, I got it after Cassidy's name had already been revealed, but there is so much here that we just don't know or understand. There has to be something we're missing. There has to be. But we don't know what we don't know. Halfway through number 5, Blood. One of the gimmicks of this book is that it's a survival book. Michael writes in it so we can survive working at Freddy's. However, this thing is covered in blood and everyone just ignores that. Us as the reader / new recipient ignore it. The company ignored it when they gave it to us, putting a simple sticky note on it saying, oh no, someone's already written in this, instead of giving us a fresh one. Like, what the hell? It's not our blood, it's not Michael's because he dies in FNAF 6, which also places this book in the timeline somewhere between FNAF 5 and 6, so between Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator, since he references things like casual bongos and exotic butters, but not Helpy or any newer animatronics. And since this book came out nearly a year after FNAF 6, it's good to know the timing. But that still doesn't explain why the damn book has more blood than Lil Nas X's freaking dope ass shoes. And in 4 dreams. Dream a better dream. There is a whole page dedicated to asking us about our dreams, with faded text that asks us if we have dreams. And then Mike proceeds to draw none other than Nightmare. Literally how? It's impossible if he was actually the older brother for him to know what Fredbear looks like, since Crying Child saw it as a hallucination in the hospital and then died before possibly being able to tell anyone. Like, how is this still a thing? Why is this still a thing? This is the one detail that makes me sure of my Crying Child is Michael Afton theory. Michael must be a robot version of the Crying Child, or of Crying Child somewhere inside of it, because this wouldn't make sense otherwise. How can you explain Mike knowing what Nightmare looks like, but also him being the older brother? You can't. It's actually impossible unless he's a robot. That's why I'm sure. Getting close to the end in number 3, my name. The book started as being the reveal for the name of Golden Freddy, Cassidy. Some believe that Cassidy was the one giving us faded text, but if she was possessing Golden Freddy, then how could she possess the book too? The other thing that the book keeps saying though is, what is your name, not just mine? Even if it was Cassidy, them asking for our name makes me think that we don't know our true name either. Take the crossword, the one that revealed Cassidy's name. Along the bottom row we see the phrase, what is your name? Not my name like we've seen on the gravestone and in other places, but your name, as in ours, the reader / Michael. That same crossword asks us, who are you? Not who am I, who are you? Us again as Michael. The page after shows us a mirror and asks what we see, again asking about us. And referencing the start of the book that says to take a minute for self-reflection, and the mirror scene from Sister Location when Michael has purple eyes. And on page 79 the phrase my name appears, but it has very red print instead of being faded like it was previously, making me think that it could have been Mike that wrote that in the first place. And at number 2, spirits? One of the bigger theories going around is that the survival logbook is possessed by 2 spirits, one that writes in faded text and the other that changes things that appear on the pages. I don't think that this theory is true, but after MatPat talked about it, it blew up and a load of people take it as fact. And that's one of the issues I have. You don't take theories as fact. This idea came about after someone noticed that on Nights 4 and 5 reviews, some text is altered to say things like, it was for me, I'm scared and I can't see, instead of the typical, existential dread meter. This theory is a good one. It provides answers and it seems to point to Crying Child being the other spirit, and this could explain why the other parts of the book are messed up like the page numbers, but other than that it wouldn't really make sense, unless this book is literally an allegory for Golden Freddy. Finally, in at number 1, the party was for who? The issue I have with the 2 spirits theory, however, is that even after the Crying Child responds to Cassidy saying the party was for you, by saying the party was for me, Cassidy still says it again. Why would Cassidy say the party was for you after the Crying Child had already acknowledged that it was? It's almost like it wasn't meant for him to see. Coincidence? I think not. That's right, I said it again because I can. The party was for us. We are Michael, Michael is Crying Child, and I don't know why I'm yelling. There we have it, friends, the top 10 FNAF security logbook mysteries. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure you hit like and subscribe for daily gaming content, and ring that bell to join the clan and level up. That's right, I'm bringing it back. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video, bitches.